Yes.
So we're wrestling him.
That's right.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/AwesomeCast. It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron and social media. Sorgatron on social medias and the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm a little off kilter because I have a bunch of new stuff here. We did a little bit of reformatting and updating to the studio. We got a nice different switcher with some more inputs. We got this stacky stack over here. We're on some new hardware streaming out to you right now. So it's a little bit of a test night. So if things are weird if you're with us live, just give us a minute and we'll figure things out. So before we can do the client thing tomorrow. But with me, I do have, first of all, from the Duds Cave is Katie Dudders. Wait, which one is it? It's this one. Ha-ha! I didn't line the buttons up with where the monitors are yet. So
challenge.
This button's you. Hello. I have a Katie button and I have a Dave button right now, and we're all set. So how was the Katie?
I am well. It's our last really hot day for maybe a couple days.
Oh, good.
That I can leave the house maybe.
Excellent. Also with us from the iPhoneography podcast, Dave Potter.
And Cat, of course.
And Cat. We got a face that time at least. What timing? See, that's the beautiful thing. Now I'm not going to miss the Cat run. That
is true. That is true. It'll be there. You can see it right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not missable. How's Dave Potter?
Dave is here.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Anyways, let's get into our thing of the week. Let's have Katie, do you have something?
I do, but I cannot find a good website to send you to so you could see it.
Okay, I can look it up while you're talking about it, though.
Well, good try, because it's Builder.
Oh.
It's Hello Kitty Builder.
Oh.
And every site that I've gone on to try to pull up any of the Hello Kitty Builder stuff, it's like Walmart, and it's like, this is this much money, and I don't know. So I don't know, but I got a builder. This is my Hello Kitty bow factory. I haven't built this guy yet. If you're not familiar with Builder, it's similar to Lego, but with different properties and different things than Lego, but similar to Lego. And they have blind boxes, and I got a couple little buddies. Kurumi, and then Karupi. Adorable, huh? So yeah, see, similar to like a little Lego guy, but you could interact with your Lego friends. I was trying to find you a good link, and I failed miserably because I figured it would be easy to find, but was not.
So it seems to be like an alternative kind of Legos kind of thing for those that may we've seen. There's a weird one that's like at the miso shops that we go to that have all the Japanese stuff, right?
Yes. So yeah, they're like, I mean, you can even see the pieces kind of look. I should have pulled some out for you. I don't know. Look at the top of the box. Enjoy. But they look like little Lego pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very excited. These are like Five Below, Walmart. I think they might have a Walgreens. Oh man, maybe the Walgreens app would have been best for you because everything was like, well, you can't find these anymore. But I know you can
Mm-hmm.
find them.
There's a couple on Target. I think this is the one here. It's the vending machine set, correct?
Yes. Oh, there
Okay.
it is.
Hold on. Wait. That's that one right there. There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's this guy here. So I mean, they're nice and cheap too. That's the thing. Legos kind of have gotten expensive, haven't they? Even for like the
Yes.
little sets. Because like I know I got a little ATST set for Star Wars that was I know it's probably like a $20 or $30 set for the little thing that it is, right? So no, that's very cool. And nice little figurines too. They're not like Lego-y either. Oh, there's video on this one. There you go. So there's a little look at that too. So is this going to be your are you are you going to be building Hello Kitty sets now? Is that your
should.
mindfulness situation here?
It could be. I like the Kuromi, the Halloween set. It's the spooky Kuromi's, Kuromi Lives Haunted Houses. That's
Okay.
my little buddy here. And of course, it's my niece's favorite because she's spooky. And,
Aw.
but they have a haunted house and it's only $25. And that's
Man, that's not, again, I feel like that would be so much more if you were talking a Lego set, right? Look, like it's a whole set, like it opens up and everything too.
Wow.
Like look at all this.
super cute.
So like yeah, these are really cool. Yeah, Target.com has a lot of videos based on these, so you can kind of get into that. So Builder, let's see, Builder is a Jazzwares thing. So maybe if you just go to Jazzwares website, you can find some of these
see
things.
on Jazzware's site they do have, but they don't have a lot. They only have like 8. Now they do have the mini figurines you can get. There's a 6-pack, and they do have that vending machine one for $9.99.
Right.
But it's wild because it's like there's not like a specific. I don't know. Not that I'm complaining, but it was like, wait a minute, where do you get that? And Jazzware's like, here's 5 things.
Yeah. So they also do Squishmallows, Adopt Me, Crunchyroll builds. So there's a little bit of anime kind of slant to the things they have going on there. Very interesting. So you can go dig into there. There, we found it. We found it. We found the source, if you will. So we'll put that into everything too. So let's find out what's our awesome. Thank you.
It's Katie. Katie Dudder.
Dave, what's your awesome thing of the week?
Sure. This was actually an announcement that Ford made yesterday, and they're calling it their Model T moment.
Okay.
So their idea is we've basically been building cars the same since the Model T came out.
Okay.
You know, you have your long production line, you have individual people doing one very simple thing over and over and over again. But that's really good for, what's existing. They want to look towards the future with electric vehicles and trying to retrofit, saying, well, this is how we make it. So this is how we have to make the EV because this is how we made the internal combustion engines. Well, you can't do that and make it at a decent price. Now, they announced this is going to be built in Kentucky. They're basically, instead of one long production line, it's going to have the front, the middle, and the back kind of produced in 3 separate lines and shoved together.
Okay.
So this is similar to like a lot like Tesla and a lot of other EV companies, but it's the first time a legacy car company has done something. And they're also building a battery plant next door, also in Kentucky. So this is a $6 billion investment in terms of retrofitting a factory that was making Escapes and another little SUV. But the first thing they want to produce, and they came out with approximate date and with a starting dollar amount of $30,000.
Which would be crazy for an EV truck like this, right?
Exactly. And now it's a
So-
small truck. It's around the size of a Maverick.
Okay, so
Which is your car.
which is my
Yeah.
car. Yes, we
Right,
just
which-
we just stuffed 4 people into going to Cleveland this past weekend.
Right,
So
right. I mean-
it's very capable, you know.
Oh no, that's the thing. And this is something I saw someone on TikTok mention was you look at pickup trucks from the 70s and 80s, or even early 90s. They were much smaller. The beds were the same size as they are now.
Right.
The overall truck was a lot smaller.
Right.
You look at a modern pickup truck, it is mammoth.
It's mammoth,
And-
and you didn't have the extended cabs in the same way.
No,
You really
no.
did it.
But even if you do that, they're still tall. I mean, when I first started to date Ruth 20 years ago, her dad had a Chevy Silverado from like the late 90s. And her mom, who was 4'9", 4'9", 4'10", somewhere around there, needed a stool to get into that truck. If she was around and they had a modern truck from 2025, there'd be no way she could get in that thing.
Right.
You know, because they're so massive. But if you take something the size of a Maverick, the bed's a good size. You know, it's not a little tiny bed. It's a decent sized bed for what you need to do. And you take where the engine is, and you don't need the engine anymore because it's electric. So you can either have a big old frunk out front there or move things around to make it more spacious. So basically they said they want to make the interior as spacious as a RAV4, but make the exterior much smaller.
Right.
And again, if you could do it for 30,000, so yeah, this thing is not going to be able to go 350, 400 miles between charges. You're going to have to charge, it'll go, let's say 220 miles, 200 miles between charges, but how many people drive more than 200 miles at a time?
Right.
This would be a great way to say, hey, this is cheaper than even a moderately priced, gas vehicle. And by the way, you can charge it at home. So you don't have to worry about hitting a gas station or hitting it. You can just plug it in overnight and you're ready to go. So it's something where, and just because of government forces and changes with the tax structure for electric vehicles, you know, a lot of companies were like, we're going to go heavy electric, and then they put on the brakes and did a major reverse.
There was a really
at least for the U.S. market.
kind of regardless of what's happening with the brakes and everything. I thought there was a really good discussion. I recently had gone over the when we do auto drive challenges, usually a fellow from General Motors. That's I keep forgetting his name and position, but I know he's a pretty big person out there that's kind of oversees what's going on with the auto drive situation, right? And he talked about customer experience and what the customers want. So I think the desire for these EVs is there, and as long as that's there, they're going to keep pushing. You know, whether you grease the wheels with tax breaks and stuff is one thing, but still the technology is going to push because the technology needs to push, right? And the customer base seems to want it, right?
Right.
So,
and honestly, a lot of people, when they first experience an EV, they're like, oh, this, I have a lot more pickup.
Yeah.
I have a lot more movement and it drives nice and I don't have to worry about this. Oh, I never thought of that.
And even if you do a half step, like I feel like my Maverick being an EV, it doesn't feel fully like a golf cart like a Tesla did, but there's definitely a different feel to it. Katie, you had an errand on my truck. Like it kind of has a different pickup to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's not. It doesn't feel like you're driving like a traditional pickup truck.
Yeah, so it just feels a little zoomier. It is like a 6-cylinder. I don't know if that makes much of a difference. You know, maybe just because I've been used to the 4-cylinder Escape I've had for almost a decade here. But it definitely feels nice, and it feels like I'm not going to.
I don't want to overcorrect and be one of those people, but it is a 4-cylinder as far as I know.
Which one?
Your vehicle.
I believe it's not. So
because I only thought the hybrids were only 4-cylinder hybrid.
We'll check on that though. But
okay.
I was told
well, I just want to make sure
otherwise. So
I just want to make sure we don't hear a bunch of people all of a sudden flooding the comments.
No,
because
no.
Someone may have said something wrong on the internet.
Oh
and I
no!
have to say
Oh
something.
no! That's okay. Then we know they're listening. So,
True.
no, that's very cool. So we'll see. We'll see where Ford comes with that, and of course, all this
And
is.
they're calling that could come out in 2027.
Yeah, so we would, so ideally we would start seeing these kind of roll out officially by end of next year of 2026 if they're 27, right? So, which means we would probably hear something more solid by beginning of next year.
And
I would
since
presume.
this is more of a platform, the idea is, oh, you want a pickup truck? Boom. You want an SUV? Oh yeah, we can make an SUV with the same kind of basic process about it. So it's going to be cheaper.
They can start build
it'll
up
be
from
more
there.
things.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Awesome. All right, thank you for your awesome thing.
It's Dave, partner.
Yeah. All right. Here's my awesome thing. So I think I mentioned a little bit last week. I had sort of discovered that ChatGPT can actually send me notifications, right? So I had set up a couple. One, I was trying to see if it would find a transcript for a YouTube daily discussion that happens every day, because I'd love to know when they talk about certain topics. So if I'm too busy to listen to it every day, and there's like information that really applies to what I do with video production, I'd be able to hop into it. So I'm at least getting a notification, just never finds anything. But the other thing that I did was I started, and I may have mentioned this in passing, but I wanted to start digging in on my stats and having it help me look at, Katie, we've talked about this a few times with what you do with it. So I'm trying to create a process for my stuff too. So I've been pulling down all those spreadsheets and CSVs of like YouTube and TikTok and my podcast and throwing those in and say, hey, tell me what's going on. What's the trends you're seeing? And I actually set it up that it sends me a reminder every week. Now, this time when I popped into it, I can't really show much of it, but I did start experimenting a little bit with it because something looked different. And I believe this is because I didn't realize that I knew it was coming. But I didn't realize that Monday that my account kicked into ChatGPT 5. And I know there's been some one way or another stuff with some of the ways that it's been reasoning, and there's some discussion around that going on. But I was really surprised to see that, I grabbed some, the Google or YouTube's will send you to a Google sheet that you're going to turn to an Excel file to download it kind of thing. And I stick it in there and did it. The thing that surprised me was it was starting to show me the work. So it opened up in ChatGPT a terminal window on a presumably remote computer, and it showed it converting the Excel file into a format that it could use herein. Of course, like if you go into ChatGPT, like spreadsheets will typically kind of reformat in here and be something that you can kind of look at in this system, right? And it's interpreting columns and see what what applies to what and everything like that. And then I was like, okay, that's interesting. So this was a little bit of like, hey, we'll do this stuff for you. So I was curious. So I went in because I don't have the back end stats, whether they're new formats or I don't pay for them or something. So I plugged in all the I always call them the Twitter-like social medias for the Wrestling Mayhem show. So Twitter, Threads, our Mastodon account. Blue Sky. So I just dropped those links in. I was like, hey, what can you tell me about stuff? And it actually, we do have thumbnails of it here in what's kind of left over in here. But generally, it started just opening the windows in a window on a remote computer, I guess, and started analyzing what it saw for the content and numbers and everything like that, right? And it took that and at least gave me a general overview about what's going on, what I should be looking at for opportunities for growth on those platforms. It did get into what my audiences are, which was the largest audience, how did they compare, and it kind of went back and forth to that, so I thought that was a really cool kind of thing, and also the way it presented was really kind of interesting, and seeing that visual of it opening something up on a computer also kind of unlocks how your brain processes what it's doing on its end, I guess. This is more than just a language model, it's a instructional model at this point, right? So and then this, as I was researching to start to talk about this, I started deep diving a little bit into a little bit more of what GTP was doing, and I didn't realize, because I always listen to podcasts where people are doing the what do they call vibe coding, where they go into one of these things and say, I want to make a app that does this, or a game that does this, and this, or something like that. So I made a Tetris game, you guys, like maybe 20 minutes before the show. So I went in here. There's a couple of things I tried. One thing I've been trying to do and figure out, and the one thing that's perplexed me for years, is I know I can make an app for IndieWrestling.network, right? It's a video through Vimeo, OTT. They have some SDKs, which I hear are depreciated, so I have to see what I can do with that. So I've been waiting for this coding thing to happen to see if I can start to apply that, right? So I have one where I'm kind of like asking questions about that, and you see, like, it is kind of making code for me that I can that I can import, and it says, do you want to make this a Swift file, a digestible? I can open in Swift, which is the one of the coding platforms. You have Xcode, and Swift UI is kind of the I guess more friendly iOS development platform that you can get on the Macs.
Yeah. Swift code was actually developed by Apple.
Yeah.
So it's really an iOS, Mac OS only developing.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, it's really meant to be friendly for more friendly for an average developer.
All right, and it's citing all this stuff. It's giving me GitHub links and everything that goes with it. So I was like, well, there's a lot of work I still need to do. I need to plug this into something in order to make sure it kind of actually works, and have it, I don't know, probably compile or something in those things and send it up to get a developer account. There's a lot more homework that needs to happen for that. So I did hear on another podcast about somebody that went in and says, hey, I made a Tetris game. Now, I got into this a little bit, and and again, it spit out a bunch of code. I got a lot going on. I was like, give me. It says really simple. I didn't give it a lot. I'm like, I'd like a Tetris game where the pieces are the color of the rainbow. That's literally all I said. It breaks it down: 10 by 20 board, 7 rainbow pieces, movement, rotation, soft and hard drop, line clear, score, pause, reset, next preview, clean tailwind UI. It gives me and then it tells me, do you want these to be HTML/Canvas or another framework? And it names a bunch of things that I don't know, except for I think that's JavaScript, which I did dabble in shortly. So I said, give me HTML. So I got this HTML, I copy and pasted it, I stuck it into a text document, and now the only problem is the pause button doesn't actually go away, but you can see in the background there is a Tetris game functioning. It's very light on here, but there's definitely Tetris pieces going, and I'm playing with my keyboard right now. So, like, again, not perfect, but still something like it's something functional, right? That, and I tried a couple different browsers to see if it would kind of fix itself, but that's impressive. Obviously it's looking at, like, there's a bunch of Tetris like games, and people, probably a lot of people using it. This is a test bed, so it has a lot of knowledge on that. But it's an interesting first experiment to see how this goes. It just like spit out something like this, and I don't know if there's other ones that look like this or anything like this. Looks like the instructions are actually across the top here. Again, it's really kind of faded on stuff like this. I don't even know how much is coming through on the video at the moment, but yeah, you get the kind of the general idea. So, but yeah, no, that was pretty cool. So ChatGPT 5, again, it's doing a lot more higher thinking. You get these prompts where it's still kind of showing your work a little bit, not the terminal prompts, but there is a little bit of it'll show it's saying taking more time to think for a deep answer, but you do have an option to say, no, give me the quick answer, right? So, like, I think that's very interesting. How that's kind of separated there. I haven't experimented much with like the quick versus the long answer. I kind of like, no, go deep knowledge on this. I want kind of the best possible thing. I can wait. It's usually quick things like, hey, generate me a social media post to go with this video or something like that. That's going to be optimized, right? So situation. It was like probably like 80% of what like use ChatGPT for is just creating the informational post based on the content we create. So looking at that and say, how does this format over, right? So, But I've been really kind of pleased with that, and it's been an interesting jump there. And I have noticed a little bit of difference in the post quality. Like the Twitter posts are getting shorter. It was always like they always would still give me too much for a Twitter post, but they've been like almost too short, it feels sometimes. So but that's fine. It gives me room to like actually trying to tag people more so they know stuff's happening and things like that. So that's been really interesting. So that's ChatGPT 5. And and kind of a side awesome of this, they also released, I put this earlier in the thing, but since I'm just going to group these together for now because I'm just excited about some of the movements they've been making here. Now, this is not something I think I can jump into. Like, this is this might be something more if you're at a business that needs to do ChatGPT stuff, but you don't want to put it on a server where who knows what's going to happen to all your stuff. But if you want to create an internal AI kind of situation, they did unveil a free ChatGPT model or GPT model that can run on your laptop. This does still, I think, requires a 16 gigabytes of VRAM and an NVIDIA GPU. But that's for the bigger version. It can run on a single GPU, and they have a smaller one as well. And it's all running on being released on multiple platforms under the Apache 2.0 license, which is pretty general for open source kind of situations and free situations like that. So it does allow them to be modified for commercial purposes. So now, relatively anybody can take this and start building upon some of the work that OpenAI has been doing. So I'd be really interested to see what kind of develops out of this kind of model here. So that's what's going on with ChatGPT, and that is our
Awesome thing of the week.
So, and let's give a shout out to our friends that have been supporting on patreon.com/awesomecast for the longest time. Of course, we do have a Patreon only feed where we talk about a lot of times Dave and I talk about work stuff actually, right? Before the show. So, and all kinds of stuff there. So, and whatever we get into for the Patreon post afterwards that we record if you want, and we do stay on through the entire evening for the Wrestling Mayhem show. So give a shout to our friends that do support us over there at patreon.com/awesomecast. Brian Crawford, as well as Cynthia Klosky, John DeGore, and Dave Potter himself. Yes, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And please support the show over at patreon.com/awesomecast. I tried something new last week, and I want to get feedback. I again, just one of those things I'm working with. I again converted the show into a newsletter with the links, cleaned it up a little bit. I'm calling it the reader version of this podcast. The idea is I don't have time to listen. Like a lot of stuff is for the people that don't have time to listen to an hour podcast. So there is a nice digestible, and I even included the stuff from the post show in this as well. And we started a Substack to also serve this if you prefer things in the Substack kind of way. Ideally, you can go through, see what's going on. It's got some quotes from us from the show and things like that, and links to things that like a more kind of cohesive linking of stories from the show, and then that's in your mailbox, through Patreon or Substack every week, so you can get that. And if there's anything you want to get in on there, you can hop in the show, listen to it, and expand on that if it's a week where you want to. Kind of like I created the thing for this show that I wanted to develop for the other show I listened to. So, but yeah. Anyways, it's time for Chachi and his video game minute. We'll be right back after this.
Hey kids, welcome back to the Chachi Says Video Game Minute. Here's the video game news that I can cover in under a minute. After releasing Gooner outfits for Chun-Li, Street Fighter VI player numbers explode. On August 4th, the average number of players online was 8,600. Wednesday, the day of the release, that number has jumped to 50,000 active players. Capcom is trying to say that it's because of other outfits they released. Those numbers tell a different story. There is definitely some stick twiddling happening in this game. And finally, a study of 9,800 kids shows that an hour of video games a day over time will help increase IQ points when compared to TV and internet videos. They tested 9,800 children with a mixture of TV, internet, social media, or video games, and came back 2 years later and was able to check half of those, so about 5,000, and found that there was a 2.5 point increase in their IQ over that time period of video games. So, game away, kids. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Chachi Says Video Game Minute. We'll see you next time. I don't know why I was winking. I really don't.
Thank you, Chachi, for that video game minute. And we had a great discussion because we don't get the audio, but I brief everybody what the thing is while we're doing this live here internally. And Dave wanted to know if that curve he showed was related to the fancy skin, I guess. So, but it was not, and of course you guys know that because you listen to it. Hey, it is time for some McDonald's toy ASMR. I hope this comes past the filters. I'm sure it isn't on Zoom right now. You're both shaking your head at me. This is for the audience then. Katie, what are we doing?
So we've been counting, I don't know how many weeks now. We were talking about the Hello Kitty and Friends and Ninja Turtle crossover at McDonald's for our new toys.
Yes!
And of course, every one of us went to McDonald's today and got our Happy Meal toys.
That's right.
I got Cinnamon Roll and Michelangelo. Look at that little guy.
There you go.
Adorable.
I like it. I like it. I got the, it's My Melody and Leonardo. So I'm going to do a unbox. I did pre-unbox this though. So there you go. It's and look, I think it's a she. Has a turtle shell. I think most of them are she's, aren't they? So okay. So this is how I'm going to learn my Sanrio, because they're like, well, which one's Leonardo, and tell me the backstory situation, right? So they're nice. I think they're nice little plastic, little plastic figurine kind of guys. But I think there's some good detail for the McDonald's toys there. So I'm really, really excited about this. I'm probably going to go. We got to talk. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Chachi's experience. Oh, what you got there?
There's a little card inside.
It's a little card inside. Okay.
And on the back, you can scan to play.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've gotten to here yet.
No, I have not.
But you can play a little game.
Okay.
And you can pick your friend.
Yes.
Select your character.
Okay, and it loads in. There's a little comic booky
got a
thing
little crossover video
of them
There's sound and stuff,
smushing
but I won't put
together.
up.
Yes.
Ooh, cute this is.
Okay.
And then
it's a
this is gonna be fun to play backwards.
yes.
Go.
Oh, it's like a
3,
temple
2,
run.
1.
Okay. Oh, that's fun.
Whee! Yep, you're trying to go around like umbrellas. Avoiding the sewer, jumping over the sewer. We're in the city. Jumpy, 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 jump. Whee! But yes, you have a little game you can play too. It's cute.
I just learned that the QR code doesn't seem to work on the front-facing camera. So, is that the McDonald's Play app?
No, I just scanned
it's
it.
its
with
own
my,
thing?
Yeah, just like scanned a normal QR code and it popped up. And
So yeah, when you're showing that, it looks
it's
like it just
web-based.
takes you to a website.
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's just a website. Play game.
Nice. I wonder if I got a
There's
different one.
graphics and
I wonder if I got a
don't know.
different one. Oh, yeah, look at that. There you go.
it's very nice. It's very cute. Like I
Oh,
said,
man,
there's videos
look
at the
at the
beginning and there's
videos.
sound. And
I love it.
Yeah, super cute.
Nice. Now it's the green set of these guys. So I'm wondering if I would have a different one since I got a different dudette here, dude/dudette. So awesome. So that's fun. I'm sure we're all going. Now Chachi, he went and did this too. He was also very excited about this. Unfortunately, when he went and got 3 Happy Meals. The problem is now he has 3 of the same Hello Kitty Leonardo. So he has a little bit of a collection started there. He's already in the dupes. So it's not like it used to be, because you remember like back in the day it was like one a week, and it's just like they just have them, right? And you just have to like go back and get lucky. It was funny. Missy actually went yesterday. Didn't realize it didn't start until today, and we ended up with a Sonic 3 toy. So they were definitely in leftover mode for that stuff. So, and also don't get confused, because there's McDonald Land signature meals as well that has a little like souvenir kit with old school McDonald's stuff on it, like Grimace and Ronald and things like that. So it was kind of weird, because there was a cardboard sign for these guys, a digital sign with that, and then like they're both kind of on this is the Happy Meal. It's not like the big Happy Meal or anything like that we've had in the past. This is just the Happy Meal. So I think Minecraft was like the big kids meal or something, or adult meal or something like that, right? So
and it's funny because we went to 3 different locations and we got 3 different friends.
We did. So now I wonder if I go back tomorrow, am I getting a different one? Will I get the same one? How's that going to go?
I don't know. Every day. We'll have to go every day.
Also, we couldn't order the Happy Meal through the app. I don't know.
I could.
You did? They wouldn't let us at the West Liberty location.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't get the box. So the weird thing is I ordered it through the app, and it looked like the box and things. And then I got there, and it was the Little Toys box.
It was
so
like
I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it was like the standard red box or something, right? And Chachi was the lucky one that got the box. So
I know, it's cool.
I love it. It's like they made this for this show. So if you're able to in the next few weeks, I think they usually run about 4 weeks a piece. So the Ninja Turtles Hello Kitty toys should be there at your local McDonald's here in the States.
I'm kicking myself now because we were out for lunch, and I didn't think it started till next week. So we went to Wendy's instead. for the Wednesday meal, the Wednesday meal of misery, which really the biggest thing from that, because it's an adult meal, it's not a kid's meal, was they basically gave you a Frosty with like a cherry drizzle on it that was supposed to be a bloody Frosty. And the dipping sauces were mystery sauces.
Okay.
Instead of just a straight barbecue sauce.
Sure.
And the one I got was a blueberry sauce, which was kind of weird. And their one was kind of like a hot ketchup.
Okay.
Dipping sauce. So yeah, you literally have no idea for that. You're like, okay, it literally it's just the mystery container.
So related to that, have you seen the drive-through Wendy's that they did? I think it was in like Kentucky or something. It's like they did the drive-through in a haunted house kind of situation here, and it was like most of the videos that I found are like, oh, we waited 4 hours in line. Like there's a whole, like, they tarped off and built a set around the drive-through. There's like a dirt road. There's a, it looks like a haunted, like, cemetery kind of situation. There's like rooms that you're driving through, and it's like a whole experience kind of situation here. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. This is like, it's one that I think they did that for promotional purposes. So yeah, there he goes, a B that says this will sting. So, and of course, like, this show just came out on Netflix in the last couple of weeks, so I know I've seen the clips on it when I pop up in the Netflix. So it's a pretty cool setup there, right? So some really like interesting structure and lights. Like, they put a lot into it. Oh, there's like blood smears along the side of the thing. I guess you can say that's ketchup. So there you go. And of course there's like, all the toys and everything as a part of it. So yeah. So that's very cool. So this has been your fast food update. This is not helping my diet. Anywho. What else do we want to get in here in the back of the book? What's sticking out here for you guys?
Well, talking about how Instagram is getting inspiration again from another service, and why you may not want to have your particular thing be inspired by Instagram. that they're adding Instagram maps now.
Okay.
So
That sounds
by the
familiar.
way, the problem is it's on by default.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
So, and this, sometimes you get things with maps and it kind of gives you a general area where you're at. This gives you a very specific area, because when I checked it on mine, I was in the back of our house.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to the Instagram map, it showed me in the back of the house. It was that exact.
Mm-hmm.
And when we looked at Ruth's account, that we were downstairs in the front of the house, and you can actually see the outline of the house, and we were in the front.
So tell me,
So
how do I find it on the app?
sure. So, you know what? Let me get to. If you go, and you have to, it's one of those things you have to be updated per se.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you have to sometimes force an update on it.
Let me check the app.
But there should be. I'm trying to see here, because honestly, when I turned it off, it literally brings up a map, and you can just click on the photos where people allowed this on there, and you can view it.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into messages and then, the little circles at the top where people have their, like you'll scroll over and one says map. That's how I found it.
So for those who don't know, you go to messages, you go to your now I don't have, maybe I don't have this then.
Yeah,
'Cause
under
I got-
Ask the Meta AI or search. Okay, so yeah. See this, the right next to you is like the green circle. See the circle like at the top, right below the Meta
yeah,
AI
the one
search?
with the oh no, that's
Mhm.
where my one. Join your map, join your friends on map.
Mhm.
This guy's sharing his location. Okay, I'm going to actually get off that for a second so we don't see where my friend lives. But generally, okay, here's where I'm at. Now it does say that I'm not sharing right off the bat here. So I don't know if they've done an update on this kind of thing.
They may
but
have.
Another one of my friends, I have his update from like 19 minutes ago, apparently, right? So as I zoom out here, how many
It's
am
probably the same friend because I have it
Yeah.
from 20 minutes ago.
And what you can
Okay.
see as you zoom out, you can see where people
Yeah.
are
Oh,
yeah.
allowing it to share.
So is this that, or is it my stuff? Because I've
No,
seen
that's that.
Oh no,
I
yeah, there's
believe-
Animeverse. Okay,
Yeah,
there's well, I'm sure everybody
No.
tags Pittsburgh, so it's the middle of town. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you still get like this looks like what it's been before, where if you're sharing and you tag something, like here's something somebody shared this from, like this is up in Allentown, the hill over, and it's showing in that location, right? So like it's pretty. Nothing gets creepy for me yet.
Well,
Because
here's
I'm
the
not
thing,
seeing
though.
a bunch
Like
of
I
my
said,
friends.
The one thing to remember is, like I said, for mine,
Mm-hmm.
it was on by default, and I had to turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
So they may have fixed that, hopefully.
Okay.
But let's say you're someone who takes a lot of photos around your home.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't just your friends.
Mm-hmm.
If someone makes it where it's publicly available, anyone can see that location,
Okay.
including if you're in a situation where maybe you don't want people knowing exactly where you're at
Yeah.
for safety reasons.
So the article is from the 8th. So it's now the
Yeah.
12th as of this recording. So there's probably been an update pushed or something on the back
Right.
end. It's
Right.
probably they probably flipped a bit. But that's unfortunate because now it's just exposed everybody's location for a couple days. So and that gets scary.
And the fact that they didn't think enough to think,
Yeah.
we need to make this where, even make it where when someone opens it up for the first time, you get notified saying, "Hey, we have this great new feature.
Because like,
Here's your options."
how are you going to know it's in there? You know, I know if you're like in messages, it pops up, but like I'm in messages every day. I didn't notice it at the top there.
Yeah.
I don't look at that stuff.
Exactly.
Right? That's the other thing. The app is like there's too much stuff, and if you're going to have that in there, like unless you have a giant, hey, did you know we do this now? Like, well, there's no other like way you would know. You can't. The people building this stuff know everything, so they presume everybody else does. It's a UI problem, right? So fascinating.
And I may be overgeneralizing, but it's also the fact of probably not having enough female or friend presenting developers who would even think about, hey, I don't want my information given out 100% of the time because I've dealt with online stalkers, or I have an ex who I don't want necessarily to know where I am at all times.
Right.
You know,
Man.
and you have, this is where having a diverse developer base where someone will look at it and go, oh, have you thought about this?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I never experienced that personally, so I didn't think about it.
Yeah. I didn't realize how much I did not secure my surroundings until I started traveling with Katie, for instance, right? I mean, oh no, I've been a complete idiot. Wait, why would you worry about locking your hotel door, right? With that little the extra lock on it or anything. I don't understand why that's a problem. I was like, oh, because I'm a dude. So, but yeah, no, it's already iffy because they've obviously taken this off of TikTok and Snap. So, but it's, this is kind of their MO. So, well, you know what? You pour one out, guys. I was never on the service, but I had plenty of the CDs. I took sticky tack and I lined my bedroom back home with AOL CDs to the point where they were across the ceiling, and then I'd be sleeping there, and then with a friend, and they just drop off the ceiling in the middle of the night. So it was an interesting experience. Listen, my bedroom was a fun house. Okay, so.
Oh, really?
That's the statement I don't want to buy.
That turned out good.
Stay tuned to Patreon
and we'll find out more about that on Patreon. There's your teaser. But either way, because you didn't know this was still going, AOL is shutting down dial-up. 34 years was a good run. They were last I saw was in the thousands. Let's see, the last count of 2019 U.S. Census estimated 256,000 people in the United States were still using dial-up internet. And yeah, there you go. And they're finally going to they're actually going to spin it down on September 30th. So you have a little bit of time. Now, I presume that, obviously we do have a problem in this country where some people don't have access to internet, of any significance for a cost that they can afford, especially when you're out in the cut, right? In the mountains, something like that. And so this is still there. I don't think it's expanded beyond 56K. There was a really good explainer on one show I was listening to this week about how that was a limitation because you're actually sending audio, the bits as audio over the phone line. So it's that's been a super limitation to it. I talked about how I had the modem that was the two 56Ks that you bond together to get a hot 128K. Yes. But you need a second phone line there, and you're good until somebody needed to use the phone, and then you just sliced your data in half. So, but either way,
but it's better than when you had one phone line and someone called in and you lost your connection.
Oh yeah. We got to the phone. We got the second phone line pretty quick in my house, actually. So that was a pretty big deal. So either way, so yeah, that's going down. Didn't know it was still there. Let's see, the associated software, the AOL Dialer software, and the AOL Shield browser. They had their own browser still. Wait, I gotta see one. AOL.com. It's incredible. This is still. Oh wow, this is what. If you're curious, this is what AOL.com looks like these days. So I mean, it's kind of just a general newsy thing. So there's still this, which I'm sure there's just people that have been still going to this. Ooh, they got games for the last 30 some years, and they have some kind of standard browser game situations like you usually see on sites like these days. A lot of solitaire, whole lot of solitaire, a little bit of poker. So you get the idea there. They got their mail. I'm sure people still have their email accounts. So it's just kind of a legacy business. Who owns them right now?
Yahoo.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Who owns Yahoo?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have to look that up.
It was Verizon for a little bit there. The stuff has been
they spun it off.
Passed around so much. So either way.
No, it's let's see here. Let's see here. AOL, blah, 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 blah. It's a brand marketed by Yahoo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Bot. Jesus. Yeah, it's Yahoo Inc., which was spun off from Verizon. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's now.
It's all those buying and selling of all these assets just completely confounded me. So, I mean, I understand it's just kind of like real estate or something, right? So, I remember
it's a
like
private equity firm, Apollo Global Management.
oh, yeah, those always go well.
So Verizon has 10% stake in it.
So they've been
but
stripping it for
90% by
parts.
that.
Well,
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm going to go perfect my my Rainbow Tetris over here and continue with that situation. So, anyways,
So yeah, so there'll be there have been generations of people who don't understand that wonderful noise of dialing up
he'll make me
and
play
having
it.
to wait for that to go finish before you can actually access anything.
See if I can find it. Either way, Katie, you have any dial-up memories?
Who doesn't? I wish I would have gotten 2 phone lines. We only had 1 phone line, and when I was all like in chat rooms with my friends, where I was legally downloading music.
Yeah.
And anything else we legally downloaded at that point. But yeah, it's I don't know, just fun things, happy fun memories of safe things.
Yes,
that
completely.
would not have gotten us kidnapped back in the day.
We were completely not.
or ruin any of our home computers. None.
No. Or that it would come out, or having to, let's say, I don't know, look for certain files, but they had to be broken up on news groups that you then had to recombine and wait for everything to download before seeing that would take 10 minutes to look at like a 10-second video.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Or for something that's even a little bit more mundane. When I first started to teach at University of Phoenix, I still had dial-up. It wasn't AOL, but it was dial-up. And people could submit their algebra homework by fax. So I paid for an online fax service. It was a handwritten homework because typing was a pain in the butt back, you can imagine. So they would, because this was pre-iPhone, you basically scan it via fax, send it in, and then I would download these images of everyone's homework and try to grade them that way.
Jeez. I always got like I can't believe we used to do the video service, like video editing, right? And I'd have to send it to people to preview for safety training, and they'll be traveling to a plant somewhere, and they're in a hotel room, and they're trying to download this WMV that we sent of this video that we're trying to put on DVD to send out to people in hotel Wi-Fi, whatever that looked like in 2007. 6, 5, whatever it was. Like, that had to been excruciating. Why didn't you review this? I couldn't get the video. And now that I travel, I understand that pain a little bit at some extent. Hey, one last thing I want to do here. We got a couple minutes left on the show. So I gave Dave the heads up on this, Katie, but I did download, iOS 26. Is in public preview. I have an old iPhone 13 Pro Max, so I figured that'd be a little bit of heft to it that we can like test out some things. I kind of want to see what it looked like. So, Dave and Katie, if you have anything that I want to bring up, because I don't know what to look for on this thing yet, but generally, like here's what it looks like so far. It's definitely a little more glassy, right? You got a little bit of see-through action there. Oh, look at the glassiness, Oh,
and they're still tweaking that. They're still tweaking that. They've tweaked it. Almost every beta, they made it more see-through, less see-through, more see-through, less see-through.
Yeah,
making minor tweaks about it.
Really? Okay. Is there anything that you guys would like me to?
Well, for the camera app.
The camera. Let's go to the camera app. There's a new design. Okay. There's my studio.
But you can see down below, it's just video photo until you click on it.
Yeah.
And then everything else is kind of hidden. So they kind of simplified the design of what you can do. And if you go to a photo,
So here, let's go regular photo. Okay.
okay, and I believe, yeah, but let's see here. If you click on the upper right,
Ooh, we got our styles live. Like
these
all
are
our...
your, yeah. So this
Okay.
is where things that used to kind of have that little chevron to push up on the screen. Now it's just there, and you can see it's an overlay. So as you're making those changes, you can see that there.
And you can see what's happening outside of it and everything too. That's very interesting.
And if you go to video, yeah, on the upper left, you can that's where you can change your resolution and your you can make all the changes there, right there on screen.
You got your exposure and gimmick here too. There you go. Yeah, it seems.
I'm happy with the responsiveness on a 3-year-old phone too.
Yeah, I'm not detecting much slowdown on this so far. I haven't gone too deep into the apps or anything like that. I haven't seen what any of the installed apps are about. What's new? Let's see. Notes are on Apple Watch. Oh, that's interesting. So I don't know what that note is. But messages looks like messages.
New emojis. Do you have new emojis?
The what?
Do you have new emojis in your messages?
Oh, let's see here. Let's see where can I safely get into.
Ooh,
let's
I don't
see.
safely.
I'm trying to find a place where I can safely chat. Let's see.
This is fun.
I don't think we said anything really weird in our last chats, Katie. So I'm going to go to emojis. So I mean, not kind of. Oh wait, here we go. I mean, they kind of.
Is it the Bigfoot one? I think that was one of the new ones we were supposed to be getting.
Yeah, Sasquatch, Trombo, and then Treasure Chest.
Yeah, Sasquatch. See, this says.
This guy?
Yeah, and if you're a subscriber to Apple News Plus,
which I am,
there's a new emoji game.
Is an emoji game,
which is similar to Wordle,
okay,
but with emojis.
How do I get to that?
I don't know if it's a. If you go down to Plus, okay, see if there's a games somewhere. It may not be available on the beta. I don't know.
Okay.
If it's...
No, newspapers, magazines. I mean, it looks mostly maybe a slate. The recipes is a little bit different design, but I feel like the design's kind of latest puzzles. Is this what we're talking about? Crossword mini?
Yeah.
You got some freestyle. You got some Sudoku. I didn't know the. Here's the emoji
there it is,
game.
emoji game.
There you go. Okay. And okay. Disappear. Oh wow. So and then the word Earth fills in. Your book is this. Okay, so you have to solve the puzzle. Play now. So like the first one, there's two things and then ing. Okay, and we have some samples at the bottom here.
Some maybe a cross. Yeah. Oh boy.
This is spit. Oh, okay. That's spit. So I'm spitting.
What to say underneath them?
Metaphor for heads. Yeah, expand the clue. Yeah, that's it. Give it to you. Metaphor for spitting distance. So which distance in here?
This.
There we go. There it is. Okay. This is actually kind of fun. So we'll play with that later. Man, that's what Patreon's going to be. I actually have nothing
later
for
on
Patreon.
Right between your fancy bedroom and your...
Yes, the funhouse bedroom in my high school days. And whose bedroom wasn't a funhouse in the high school days? Nope, don't answer that one. Guys, thank you so much. Dave Potter of the iPhoneography podcast.
Always glad to be on. Yesterday we had an episode talking about making art with our iPhone photos.
There you go.
So things that not necessarily trying to take a picture and enhance it or make it more realistic, but kind of go a little crazy with the art.
Awesome. And katiedudas.com for all your links.
Stuff and things.
There you go. And we're definitely doing some more Happy Meal ASMR here in the future, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys so much. This has been your awesome cast for this week. We'll be back every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're supposed to have Kit Mueller here in I think at the end of the month, by the way. We'll talk about Pittsburgh startups and get an update about all the cool stuff going on here in town with all the startup community. So looking forward to that. And it's been a little bit since we've caught up with Kit. So there's that. And looking to get we had so much fun having Uncle Crappy on last week. I want to make sure we're mixing up get some of our old friends on here because I just miss our old friends. So it's a reason to get together. So thank you everybody at Sorgatron on all the social medias. You can see a little bit of our trip to Cleveland this past weekend and whatever else is coming up here. Might have some travels soon. So until next time, you have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron.